A group of men rode on horses, wearing white clothes with red crosses. They looked brave, but what happens when even heroes are not safe? These men were called the Knights Templar. For many years, people loved and trusted them. They fought in wars, helped protect travelers, and became very rich and powerful. But one day, everything changed. The same people who once cheered for them now wanted them gone. Why did that happen? What made kings turn against their own protectors? And how did these heroes end up in chains? In this video, you will learn the real story of the Knights Templar, their rise, their power, and their sad fall. It is a story full of courage, betrayal, fear, and loss. Now the time has come to uncover what really happened. The humble start of a holy army. The Knights Templar started after the First Crusade in 1119. At that time, many Christian people were traveling to Jerusalem, but the roads were very dangerous. There were robbers, enemies, and wild places. A small group of knights said they would protect the travelers. These knights were not rich. They had no big houses or castles. They lived simple lives like monks. They prayed a lot, ate plain food, and followed many strict rules. They didn't marry or play games. They didn't want fame or money. They only wanted to serve God and help others. People saw their kindness and bravery, and they started to respect them. Slowly, more and more men joined the group. The Knights Templar began to grow and become stronger, from poor knights to bankers of Europe. At first, the Templars were poor, but soon, people began to give them gifts. They received land, houses, gold, and money. They didn't ask for these things, but others trusted them. Many people believed they were honest and loyal. The Templars used their wealth to help others. They started to keep money for travelers and kings. They built a new system where someone could give money in one country and take it out in another. This was the first banking system in Europe. No one had done this before. The Templars were not just holy warriors. They were also smart and careful bankers. Their power was growing fast in many parts of Europe. The secret life behind the walls. The Templars lived with many rules. They prayed many times each day. They ate very simple food. They could not own anything of their own. They even slept in their clothes or armor. They followed orders and worked hard, but there were also secret things about them. They had private meetings that no one else could see. Some people thought they had magic or found hidden treasures. Others said they found something under the Temple of Solomon. Many people started to ask questions. Were the Templars hiding something, or were they just misunderstood? Nobody really knew. Their secret life made people curious and sometimes afraid. Fighting battles in far lands. The Knights Templar were also brave fighters. They went to battles in the Holy Land and helped in the Crusades. They were not afraid to fight, even when they had fewer men. They protected roads, castles, and important places. They helped kings and church leaders. When there was a war, the Templars were always ready. They followed orders and showed great courage. Many people feared their strength. Even their enemies respected how brave they were. But fighting was hard. Many Templars died in battles. They won some wars, but they also lost many. As time passed, the Crusades started to fail. The Templars began to lose power. Too much power brings enemies. Over time, the Templars became rich and powerful. They had lands, gold, and strong fighters. They only listened to the Pope, not to any king. This made some kings angry. One of them was King Philip IV of France. He owed money to the Templars and didn't want to pay it back, so he made up lies about them. He told people that the Templars were doing bad things. He said they were not true Christians anymore. Many people were shocked and confused. Some believed the king, others were not sure. But the Templars were now in great danger. They didn't know what was coming. The Night of Broken Trust. On the morning of October 13th, 1307, the king made his move. His men went to all the Templar houses in France and arrested many knights. The Templars were shocked. They didn't know what was happening. They didn't even get a chance to speak. The king said they had broken their faith. He took their land, gold, and homes. People who once loved and trusted the Templars now turned away from them. It was a sad time. The knights had spent their lives helping others, but now no one was helping them. They felt hurt and lost. The dream they had built was now falling apart. Torture, trials, and tears. After the knights were taken, they were put in jail. The king wanted them to say, "Yes, we are are guilty. But they said, no, we are not. So the king used pain. Some knights were beaten. Others were kept alone in small, dark rooms. Some were hurt so badly they could not take it. They said, yes, even if it was not true. They were scared. The church also asked them many questions. They had long trials, but the trials were not fair. The king already chose the answers. Many knights stayed strong. They still believed they did nothing wrong. Their hearts were heavy, but their faith stayed strong. The last flame of a brave leader. The last leader of the Templars was Jacques de Molay. He was strong and brave. He stayed in prison for many years. In 1314, the king said he must die. People came to see. They tied Jacques to wood. Then they lit the fire. Before he died, Jacques shouted, "I am not guilty. The Templars are not guilty." His voice was loud. Some people were sad. Some people cried. The fire killed Jacques, but his words stayed. He died with courage. Many people began to think maybe the king was wrong. Maybe Jacques told the truth. His last words touched many hearts, whispers of treasure and mystery. After the Templars were gone, people told stories. Some said a few knights ran away. They said the knights took gold and silver. Some said the knights had the Holy Grail, the cup of Jesus. No one knew where the treasure was. People looked in caves and castles. Many still look today. Some made books and movies about it. The treasure may not be real, but the story is still alive. People still talk about the secret things. These stories keep the Templars in people's hearts. They are part of history now. The mystery still feels alive to many. A name that time could not erase. Even after many years, people remember the Templars. Their story is not just about war. It is about faith, truth, and courage. They helped others. They prayed. They followed rules, but they became too strong. The king and others were scared, so they were taken down. This shows the world is not always fair, but their name did not die. People still say it with respect. The Templars are gone, but their story still gives hope. They remind us to stand for truth, even when it's hard. Their name still shines in history today. People still read about them in books. Their story is told in movies and museums, and their courage still makes people feel strong and brave. Some see them as heroes, others see them as a mystery, but no one forgets them. Their story will always be part of history and part of the human heart. What their story teaches us. The story of the Knights Templar teaches us many simple but strong lessons. These men helped others, followed their faith, and tried to do good. But even they were treated badly because of fear and lies. This shows that life is not always fair, even for good people. We must be kind and fair to others, even when the world is not. We should not believe every rumor or story. It's okay to ask questions and learn the truth. The Templars stood strong for what they believed in. That is something we can do too. Their story reminds us that when we do good, help people, and stay honest, we leave behind a name others will remember. Even if we are gone, our kindness and truth will stay. Why this story still matters today. Some people think the Knights Templar are only old names from books or movies, but their story still matters even now. It helps us understand why power should be used carefully and not to hurt others. The Templars were strong and brave, but they were still treated unfairly. That tells us that even good people can be hurt if others become greedy or scared. In today's world, some people are still not treated kindly just because they speak the truth or believe something different. That is not right. When we hear stories like this, they help us learn how to be better. We learn to listen before we judge. We learn to speak up when we see something wrong. We learn to be kind, even when it's hard. History is not just old facts. It is full of feelings and lessons. It shows us how people lived, what they felt, and what they stood for. The Knights Templar remind us that courage, honesty, and helping others are always important. Their story helps us to care more, think deeply, and do what is right. That is why their story still matters so much today. Stories like this show us how power, trust, and belief can change history. If you enjoyed learning about the brave Knights Templar, please give this video a like and hit the subscribe button. Share it with your friends who love amazing history stories. Do you think the Templars really had treasure? Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, no matter how dark things seem, truth always finds a way to shine. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.